Hello, all you wonderful Rise of Kingdoms players out there. This is Dragothien here, and today we're going to be continuing our Community Friday series, the segment that brings your voice to the channel, which ultimately, hopefully, gets filtered up to the development team so that we can make some positive, impactful changes to the game. And for those of you that don't know or haven't done it yet, on the bottom right of your screen, you see an email that I made specifically for this series, okay? So send your ideas, send your great ideas towards that email, and we will go ahead and filter through those, because some of them are like, I just want more gold sculptures. That's not really a positive change in the game. That's just you wanting more stuff, which I get. No judgment on this side, right? But again, this segment is for positive, impactful ideas and changes that hopefully go to the development team. And I think we've proven over the course of the last couple months that some of the things that we find on this channel where we're saying, hey, this needs to change, and here's the fix, here's the solution, and it happens into the game. And this is one of them right here that I think we were probably the only ones that had a voice for the masses for this particular type of thing. I think everybody's a huge fan of the wheel portion of this change, and maybe it's more like 70-25 or in favor of the MGE portion of this thing. So let me go over this really quickly, and I've got an idea. Okay, I've got an idea. I didn't see this in this specifically in any of the mails that I got on the email, but there were people beating around the bush towards something like this. They just didn't really have the solution for it. I think I've got the solution, okay, to fix what was happening before with MGE and the wheel, and marry it up with the fixes that are happening right now coming on the 8th of March. Okay, so we're going to suggest a alternate adjustment to what Lilith did here, because I think their heart and mind was in the right place. And even our suggestion here, right? We were saying, hey, make it to where you can choose your commander for MGE. I think the idea was the right way, but from an implementation standpoint, especially on a busy kingdom or a good kingdom in general, it's going to be almost impossible for anybody to really go after this stuff and plan on winning an MGE. Okay, so there's a fix. There's a fix. There's always a fix, guys. I think this is a good fix. So bear with me. Let me update you on what this says really quick, and then we're going to go into the fix really quick. So first off, they're going to be making some adjustments to MGE and Wheel of Fortune events on the 8th, on or around the 8th of March. Now, this is my 916 account, so it says because you haven't finished Season 3 KBK, it won't happen. These adjustments, you've got to be in a kingdom that's already been through Light versus Darkness, and I've got tons of accounts that can do that. So I'm going to show you all this stuff when it comes out, okay? But first off, they're going to schedule, after the 8th, you're going to be able to choose on MGE and on the wheel which commander you want to receive. It's kind of like Card King, I think, is the way it's going to work, where they're just going to list a bunch of commanders. You pick what you want, you start spinning, you complete the MGE, and that's it. Or the MGE might be a box that just has a choice chest in it. That might also be the way to go. This is the way it currently sits, all right? They're also adding a Legendary Tavern event, which I haven't gotten any insight into. I've seen some pictures floating around of that, but I don't know if anybody's necessarily been able to do it yet in a test or anything, so I don't know exactly what that's going to bring. So I can't really bring that into the conversation because I don't know exactly what it's going to do, but that's also coming, which will hopefully help, again, like it says here, help you in your efforts to recruit stronger commanders, which is always good. I'll always take that. Thank you for supporting Rise of Kingdoms. We hope you enjoy the game. Reasonable ask. All right. So, here's the fix. Here's the fix. And, well, here's the problem. Let's state the problem. Let's state the solution. The problem that people are having with the MGE portion of this solution is that it's going to be near impossible for an average player and even some heavy spenders to properly place in MGE, because everybody's going to be going after MGE every single time it comes around now. Before, if you're an archer commander and Constantine is on, nobody's going to go after Constantine if you're an archer commander, right? But if you can pick your commander, and you can pick any commander in the game that's out, you're going to go, Nebuchadnezzar looks pretty damn good. I'm going to go after him in MGE, right? And rightfully so, based on this solution, which is, again, a solution that I made as well. And I'm going to take responsibility for not fully thinking this through. I think that there was an immediate response on the video I did on this that said, hey, Wheel of Fortune, great idea. MGE, not so much because of XYZ, which is what we're talking about, right? And I can see personally it being 50-50. I think that at the end of the day, when you're giving the players more choice, it's a positive thing. And I think everybody can agree with that. But there's a better way to do it, in my opinion. So instead of making commanders be... Here's the solution, okay? Instead of making commanders be split between MGE and Wheel of Fortune, why don't you put all the commanders on the wheel and make MGE a universal gold head event? That way, just like with Game of Power, right? Game of Power gives you 20. Well, MGE gives you 180, or even better, 200. Make first place 200 gold sculptures. Make second place 100 gold sculptures. And so on and so on and so on. Okay? I think that the Mightiest Governor would be served by getting 200 extra universal sculptures, which is basically the same thing, except it's not locked into the MGE table. It's available for all the commanders that you can max in the game. This would do two things. One, it would open up all the commanders to all the players in the game. That's a problem right now, and that would be one of the things that I would be bringing up on another Community Friday session is players that don't have a lot of money to put into the game, they're going to have a hard time getting MGE completed and have enough to summon a commander without having to wait for Card King, which Card King usually comes 3-ish months after the commander has been in MGE or Wheel. So setting them back again. And if you're completely free to play and you're not as active as normal, really good free-to-play players are, you might even have a hard time, especially with the Barbarian gem drop changes, getting enough gems to even spin the wheel enough to get the commanders on the wheel. And then, conversely, when Card King does come out with that commander that you've been waiting 3 months after it came out for, you might not have enough gems to do the Card King. So, this way, if you do the wheel, you can focus on just spending, at least to unlock, right? Give the opportunity for every player in the game to unlock every commander in the game. You're doing this with everything else except for MGE. With the wheel, with the expedition shop, with gold keys. Those are all universal type ways for commanders to get, or for governors to get the commanders that they want. MGE is exclusive, which I get, and I don't want to ruin that. That's the only downside, in my opinion, is it ruins a little bit of the exclusivity of MGE. But, again, in the interest of trying to solve for a problem, right, I think that a little bit of the loss of exclusivity is okay if the result is that every player has access to every commander in the game, and the MGE does still properly reward a player for winning. So, the players that would normally go after MGE will still go after MGE because they want those gold heads, right? I think that's a good fix. I think that's a good way to fix not necessarily a problem, right? But to tweak what was a fix to a problem, which is now not as much of a problem, but still a little bit of a problem. This would, to me, completely fix the problem altogether. We could move on about our day. And then as far as releasing new commanders, you wouldn't necessarily have to bring out 2 new commanders. You could just do 1 at a time. Maybe not overwhelming the community so much with all kinds of legendary commanders that they're never going to be able to max. Maybe come out with one at a time every month and a half to 2 months. You know? Create a schedule. I think that's a great idea, personally. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If there's something I missed, point it out. I am not above taking constructive criticism. In fact, I welcome it. This is exactly what this channel is all about. Coming up with ideas, specifically this series, coming up with ideas that are constructive, that are impactful, and that will positively impact the game for the player base. That's what we're here to do. That being said, hit the like button, hit the sub button, hit the bell notification. Come back tomorrow as we pop out new videos for Rise of Kingdoms. I hope you guys enjoy. I will see you guys next time. Cheers. Have a good one. Take care.